Yeah, and guys, the state is really doing everything that it can to keep schools open. They brought in those rapid testing kits to some pilot districts like Middletown and Norwich across the state, but those test kits are really only good at detecting students who have symptoms of the virus, and we know that younger people are less likely to present those symptoms. Connecticut's COVID map now looks like this.
As the community numbers grow, it certainly is incredibly challenging for schools to remain open.
But Governor Ned Lamont continues to say this.
I still would tell you that wearing a mask in a third grade classroom is one of the safest places to be.
Fox 61 asked our viewers, how do you feel about the school year so far? Julianne says keep schools open and let compromised staff teach the remote students. Our kids are suffering emotionally and academically. While Nicole says wish they would all go remote. Most towns are in the red zone, yet schools are still open. Numbers continue to climb. Keep everyone safe at home. In Vernon, 2 more cases, Maple Street School and Rockville High.
And not a lot of cases in Vernon since the start of school. We've only had 6. However, yesterday we had 2.
New Britain, 4 classrooms closed at 2 schools, while Smith Elementary goes all remote. Westport logged 26 new cases over the weekend. The number growing so fast, they've established a reporting hotline. Bridgeport, the Columbus School, closed until the 16th. In New Haven, a bus driver crisis. 27 now positive, traced back to a birthday party. And Shelton going all remote after 81 staff were out with only 37 substitutes. Staffing remains a big challenge.
Just being able to contact trace all of those students and staff takes a great deal of time and effort. We're looking into being more aggressive with the pre-service teachers who perhaps are student teaching, and we can get temporary certification for them to teach a class.
Back to Vernon, they told Fox 61 they've spent $1.1 million of their $53 million budget on pandemic-related expenses. Their district, 26% virtual, with buildings at 35% capacity. The superintendent echoing the governor.
99% of the transmissions of COVID are happening in the community. And what we're noticing is a lot with youth sports and a lot with house gatherings.
Which is why state and local officials are so worried about the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. And coming up in the news at 5, I'll be checking in on how the state's magnet schools are coping with COVID and tell you why their data analysis is more complicated than the local districts. We're live in Hartford. Matt Karen, Fox 61 News.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. COVID